Jackson, look what he calls the Edomites. Remember I said that phrase would come again? Look what he called them. He said, you are a den of vipers. Remember what Jesus called them? He called them a den of vipers, den of thieves, man. And made my father's house a house of merchandise. He said, my father's house is a house of prayer. He said, you're a den of vipers. I intend to rout you out by the eternal God, and I will rout you out. If the people only understood the rank injustice of our money and banking system, there would be a revolution before the morning. That's what that boy said. Now, what you need to understand is that Andrew Jackson did just that. This is before the Federal Reserve System came into being. He kicked them out. That's him fighting what was called the Hydra monster. Hydra is the many heads of an animal. You understand what I'm saying? Or a serpent. And so he's fighting Hydra. All right? And for the most part, he defeated it. The banks couldn't control America. He fought them off. All right? And then they tried to assassinate him. Marcus, this is going to get juicy right here, Marcus. Marina, I'm telling you. Because what I didn't tell y'all is that part of their formula when they say that if a country won't use their money, it's unacceptable. They say we're going to do a revolution. We're going to start off raising up other people. But they would not rule out assassination. And so your boy, Andrew Jackson, they attempted to assassinate him. But the pistol, 2 pistols, that boy, you see one on the ground? He pulled 2 pistols out on that boy. Both of the guns misfired. Didn't shoot that boy. And Andrew Jackson, the gangster, he beat that boy up with a cane. Who was behind the assassination attempt? The banks. It's about the Benjamins, baby. Give me the next slide, Brent. Andrew Jackson, his claim to fame was, I killed the bank. But no, Jackson, you really didn't. The bank's still here.
So I'd like to give all honor and praise unto the Most High. And basically, I'm watching this sermon today, and the topic was on the the nation of Edom controls like the money, with the Rothschilds and the bank and the Federal Reserves and all that. And it just so happened that the pastor started talking about Andrew Jackson fighting against the bankers, and we all know that I did the video on Harriet Tubman being put on the $20 bill and how she was a sellout, and whatnot. And we know originally was Andrew Jackson was on a $20 bill. And they were deciding to take him off and put Harriet Tubman on. And I was saying that, nobody that was on that bill was, any kind of currency was a good person. They done some grimy stuff, but what Andrew Jackson was the exception, because as you can see in the video, he fought against the bankers, and as you can see, they try to assassinate him and this, that, and the third, and they put him on the $20 bill as a joke, like, yeah, you said you defeated the bankers, but hey, you ain't defeat us, and we're gonna put you on the bill as a joke. So you can see now, why they decided to replace him with Harriet Tubman, let's take him off and let's put Harriet Tubman on, because we know what Harriet Tubman did. If you watch my previous videos, And I just find it, weird that that's the Most High lined it up that I came across this too, and that pastor, he talked about it briefly, for a second there, and I was like, wow, everything is lining up. Knowledge is being increased in the last days, because like I said, man, they're not putting nobody on that bill, that did anything good, like, he was an exception, I should say, he was an exception. They put him on there as a joke, and you see why they wanted to replace him later with Harriet Tubman. So yeah, all praises to the Most High, man.